Okay, there we go, and click. The show has begun. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was doing something that I'm very bad at doing. That is clicking selfies. Well, selfies are an in thing and I am horrible at taking my own selfies. I hate my own selfies, which is why if you go to my Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, selfies are the last thing you're going to see. But today's show is, fortunately or not, on selfies and the entire madness that accompanies this entire phenomenon. Now, a recent study has shown that men who post selfies are not only prone to narcissism and self-objectification, but they could also be psychopaths. Yes, people out there, all those of you who take these selfies and post them, something could actually be wrong with your mental state, okay? Now, this research by the Ohio University, it surveyed 800 men, confirmed that they are likely not only to be narcissistic, but also self-objectifying, and this whole concept of the Dark Triad. The Dark Triad is narcissism, self-objectification, and also psychopathy. Now, isn't that scary, people? So, it's like, where men who post who are constantly taking their own selfies. In fact, there are men who also edit their own selfies before posting them online. I mean, that is the kind of, that is how conscious people are about, the kind of image they're projecting out there in the social media. So we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about the phenomenon of, how the selfie sticks are becoming more and more popular, the concept of belfies. I'm sure you're wondering what a belfie is. We're going to tell you that in a few minutes. The word selfie was accepted as an English word in 2013 by Oxford. In 2014, Twitter called it the word of the year. The word of the year in 2014, according to Twitter, was selfie. So the rage of the phenomenon of selfie is really universal now. There are very, very few people like me who just can't seem to get the angle right. Maybe I should buy myself a selfie stick. But to convince me whether I should or not, I have with me guests online. I have with me Rishi Ranjan. He is a digital strategist from Noida. I have Kushan Shekhar, a social media strategist. He also joins us from Noida. I have Parvati, who is a psychologist who joins us from Trivandrum, and Anita Mishra, who is a psychotherapist who joins us from New Delhi. Welcome all four of you to IndiaPostLive.com. This is India's first live conversation web television where you can engage with us as we speak. Do you have anything to say about, whether you're into selfies or not? Please write into us. Even as we have this conversation, we would love to play that up for you. We, in fact, after we told people that we're going to do a show on this, we have had several video responses also where people are, in fact, defending selfies as long as they are done in moderation. We will get to that also. First, let me have online Parvati. Parvati joins us from Trivandrum and she is a psychologist. Hi Parvati, welcome to India Post Live. Can you hear me, Parvati?
I can hear you.
Great. Hi. Okay, Parvati, I just told you this new study, in fact, when we came across this study, it dumbfounded all of us. I mean, I have a lot of people on Facebook who keep posting selfies, but they are mainly women. Fortunately, none of my male friends do that, so I don't have too many psychopaths in my life. But this study showed that men who are into posting, clicking and posting of selfies, not only are they narcissistic and into self-objectification, but they could also be psychopaths. What is your analysis of this study that has come out?
The narcissism itself is the extreme self-importance given to oneself, and it's a grandiose. It's always about what the laymen call egomania or selfishness. Actually, it's an inflated thought about self-importance, and a person who cannot take criticism and who are so much into his own self, his own the way he looks. It's about considers himself extreme and more important and good than other people around him. So this is actually, selfies are actually adding on to their characteristic, just that. Not the other way around. For any person who takes a selfie, but a narcissist love to take his actually we get exact right people can unfriend people, him and always talk about himself. And actually, but their real problem is they don't have self-esteem at all, and they don't have self-confidence, and they
Absolutely.
need constant reinforcement from the public. And that, if you can remember, it was a film. Nicole Kidman was the character in it. I
Which film is
for
this?
Nicole Kidman was the actress. She was the actor. It was For You Die or something like that. If you something to the I remember the story, not the name of the film. It was about this lady who wants to become a film actor who kills her husband for that. She will go to any extreme, and it was a typical narcissist
Absolutely.
depicted in that movie. And the film, this lady and it is always about their importance and how they want to showcase themselves. That's an exhibition. They want constant approval from society and people around them.
Right.
So social media and Facebook and other things are actually a complement with what they want.
Right. So basically, this whole phenomenon of clicking and sharing selfies has become a new parameter, a new kind of study for psychologists. It's another parameter to find out, to gauge what a person thinks of himself. Obviously, a person who is into uploading selfies wants appreciation, wants likes probably. So that person clearly suffers from low self-esteem and low self-confidence. That's a very nice thought, a very good point that Parvati has put up. Let me get Anita Mishra. Anita Mishra is a psychotherapist from New Delhi. Anita, welcome to India Post Live. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Anita, do you also agree with what Parvati said, that people who are more into this actually they suffer from low self-esteem? And she gave the example of how Nicole Kidman, I don't remember the film, but she kills her husband because she wants to get into movies. So the psychopathic tendencies that Parvati is talking about. Have you come across people like that who are constantly clicking their own pictures, ultimately have something going wrong in their head?
Yeah, I agree with you, and I agree with Parvati ji 100%. The point is that self-esteem is respecting yourself, right? And if your
Right.
body image, self-image is only subjected to your images and being liked and being appreciated, and you are always looking for people's appreciation and people's approval for your identity, then obviously you are depending too much on others, and then your respect is going down and down. So this new craze for selfies, as long as it is for entertainment, as long as it is for making up with your friends and sharing your pictures, that's right. But going beyond a point where your entire life is oriented getting how many likes have you got, and
Yeah.
how many appreciations have you got for your selfies, then it becomes certainly a problem, because then you are entangling yourself in complexities of life where you are every time you're depending on someone else rather than your own self. And your social circle also gets kind of feeling that okay, now this person is always looking for approval, and they start taking it as a disorder or a problem with you. So
Okay.
certainly this is a problem. Yeah.
Looking for approval, and that could in the long run turn out to be a problem. All right, we have Rishi Ranjan, who's a digital strategist, who joins us from Noida. Rishi, hi. My first question to you, since this entire study has essentially centered around men, are you into clicking selfies?
No.
Are you a psychopath?
No. So
All
it's
right.
so basically answer to Parvati's point. I just want to continue Parvati's point on
Yeah.
this. So basically, there are three reasons why people are more into selfies, or it's not like a very gender demography. You can like segregate into males and females, but a certain research says that there is a word called body dysmorphic disorder. So it's like less self-confidence, which has been mentioned by Parvati, if I'm not wrong. So because of that, the more and more people are into selfies and they have a lot of social connect. They want to create this social connect. They want to urge their what should I say, the self confidence. They want to boost their self confidence. So in order to do that, they want to have a platform like Instagram, like Twitter, like Facebook. So on these platforms, they showcase their selfies. They want to be a part of their movement. They want to be a part of their movement in terms of like they want to show the world like
What
how
they are doing, what
his
they're
life
up
is
to.
so good,
Right.
like how their life is so good, how their life is so bad. I suppose like most of the selfies are very happy and smiling, but
Yes.
which is not a real truth. So this is my old take on selfies.
Okay, just continuing with your point, let's move on to this product, that has come with the popularization of the selfies, the selfie stick. Now, we are just going to bring you a very old picture, which it in fact talked about a selfie stick being a completely useless product. Okay, and today selfie sticks are doing good business. Now, people
Yeah.
feel that when they are traveling, when they are tourists, instead of bothering or asking passers-by to, okay, there you have it, the 1995 book of useless Japanese inventions, the selfie stick. Okay, this is something that today is definitely not a useless invention. It is being used all over, and people who do
Exactly.
not want to bother passers-by as tourists, they are just clicking selfie sticks. But my question here is, people are so obsessed with clicking these pictures standing in front of, say the Eiffel Tower, or
Monuments, yeah,
monuments, or some
monuments
place,
and
yeah, the Taj Mahal, I mean, wherever. Are they actually even looking at the damn monument? Or are they too obsessed with clicking the selfie, to tell people, see, I was here? It's like some kind of proof, some kind of validation that, yes, guys, please believe me, I was here. So how would you
so
really, explain that?
so basically, in our digital world is basically we are called as a social flaunt. So people like to flaunt their belongings. People like to flaunt their travel. So you can see most these selfie sticks were made up of by like made up for travelers, like travel bloggers, if I'm not wrong. So the main purpose of using all these things is to make their documentaries or something like that.
Which is fair.
So yeah, so now this has become a fashion after like events are very mass events like sunburn and all those events which has a demographic of 18 to 25. You can see like a lot of Facebook on sunburn, like DJs are clicking selfies with a stick. So this thing is like it's only for group selfies or something like that. They have used these kind of selfie sticks for the group selfies and all. I can see like people like individual selfies and all, like taking a stick out of it and just clicking selfies.
Right, right. I think somehow the whole purpose of tourism, I mean, when you talk to travel bloggers, I suppose it makes sense because, it's a professional thing to do. But when people are
Yeah,
going there for pleasure, like you said, it's about flaunting. Flaunting their lives, flaunting, see, we have so much money, we are in Europe and we do. But are they
exactly.
actually assimilating, are they actually imbibing the scenic beauty or the whatever architectural beauty of the places they are visiting? Or is it more about telling other people, see, I did this? That is a disturbing, let me come back to Parvati and Anita on that. Do you see that this is a disturbing trend? Instead of, enjoying or feeling the happiness, feeling the joy, it's more about telling other people, see, you are not there, I am. Parvati?
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree on this because I see through it. Not even a single picture because whatever they see, they want to assimilate, they want to take and not to, they always say that if they use the camera, they might, they'll be obsessed with the camera and about all the frames, but they do not see what's around them. You've got a very valid point there. But usually what they is, it's not about nowadays people have the habit to see in the certain scenarios to take photographs just to see that there's otherwise I would be I have to go along and then thinking about what you're doing, nothing about exactly. This is
Right.
something else. The narcissistic personality, what they really want is they are constantly in the imaginative world. They think that they are going to get success and then into active film, or they can be selected from a sort of ad by a director. And most important, and more important, the most important point, they have this interpersonal behavior.
Right. Okay,
They don't.
Parvati. Yeah, Parvati, let me just bring you a couple of video responses that we got. I told you that when we talk to people about the show, young people sent in their responses about how much is enough and why they do or do not click selfies. Take a look at a couple of them.
I thought it was shallow, that it celebrates vanity. But these were my opinions before I succumbed to the selfie craze myself. I started clicking selfies with Snapchat. You can click your facial expression, type away what you feel, and share it with your friends. It's beautiful. Or if someone very beloved and very far away wishes to see your face, it's just a selfie away. So as long as your selfie clicking is moderated and doesn't border on an obsession of sorts, I think it's harmless.
Selfie occasionally, once or twice, it's okay, but anything excess like girls, I've seen girls like 30, 33 selfies just in 1 second. Even my sister, she'd be like sitting, I'm like, what is she doing? And then I just find out that she's clicked like 20 photos of herself. Yeah. I think that's pretty crazy, but like,
all right. So our first respondent initially thought it was vanity, but then when she began to send her facial expressions to her friends, she felt her friends are more involved in her life. Chirayu, of course, feels that girls are crazy. They are clicking just way too many selfies in a matter of a few seconds. All right. So those were the responses we had. We have Kushan Shekhar, who is a social media strategist, and he joins us now online from Noida. Hi Kushan, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm definitely not a selfie person. I have a kind of validation from my other guests that I do not suffer from low self-esteem and definitely not a psychopath. What do you have to say?
Well, it's not about being a psychopath. Actually, it has definitely got to do something with the psychology of a human being.
Yeah.
A certain part of our brain which reflects a certain sort of narcissism, so if I would say, and we like to. It becomes easier to highlight that on social media because nobody is in the way of us sharing that narcissistic side of us on social media, putting it out on Facebook. People reacting to it. And who doesn't love the appreciation and accolades?
Totally.
120 likes and like you're looking super. So I think there's nothing wrong with it.
Kushan, I agree. But there has to be a line drawn somewhere, na? I mean, how much is too much? Because the study that I was talking about, it proves that more men who do it, they not just narcissism and self-objectification, but they also tend to have psychopathic tendencies. How much is too much?
Well, to be so I think as long as it's in a healthy fashion. I mean, as long as the objective is just to share personal moments, memories. It's more constructive, I would say. As long as it's there, it's all good. I mean, I remember, reading this article wherein there was this traveler. You mentioned selfie sticks. So he was basically paragliding. He was traveling all places. He was traveling all across the globe, and he was taking selfies. He was taking videos to that. He was sharing it. Now that's an insight that I would want to see because I'm not probably able to travel each and every nook and corner of the globe. So that is an interesting thing that I would want to see, and somebody might. That's what this digital world is all about. I mean, the distance is completely chalked, and we have reached.
Kushan, I agree with you, but my question here is that, instead of course, you cannot go everywhere, your friends have been to places, they send pictures, but do they have to necessarily be selfies, or can't it just be very ordinary, normal picture, somebody, I mean, the whole thing of selfies kind of, racks of vanity, as somebody put it, racks of narcissism and a social flaunt, as Rishi Ranjan said, that, see, you are not there, but I am. So that kind of a vanity can also come across, vis-a-vis ordinary, normal pictures of the, the monuments or whatever the scenic beauty of whichever place you visited. That is basically the debate we are having here.
I think it could get a little edgy or too off. I mean, in the sense, I do see this tends to get on the edge at times when people try to deliver a very subtle message smartly, taking a selfie and then just putting it out there,
All right.
stating that, I'm taking a selfie with this so and she is my new girlfriend, so my ex-girlfriend is supposed to be jealous right now. So this is a very
That's just being
thin line.
nasty. That's not narcissistic. That's nasty. Anyway, okay, let's go across. I'm glad you
That's
said
nasty,
that.
yes,
That's
that's
nasty, and that's unhealthy. Getting your ex to feel jealous of your present girlfriend. Oh my God.
So there's a thin line between narcissism and being nasty.
Nasty, right? Absolutely. In fact, I'm glad we're at nasty now. From narcissistic to nasty to plain unhealthy. I'm moving to plain unhealthy now. Coming up on your screens are some selfies that were outright risky. My online guests. If they have IndiaPostLive on their screens, they'll be able to see it. Now, look at these selfies, yeah. I mean, these guys have taken selfies and, seconds after that, the shark bit off his leg. This guy fell off. This woman fell off. She's and died. I mean, people have died. They are so obsessed with clicking selfies from heights, selfies where a bear is chasing them. These two girls were clicked pictures of them being drunk and driving, and they had a head-on collision, and one of the girls died. So people are so obsessed with clicking selfies. You can see there's, the volcano and, stuff like that. This guy is taking a selfie even as he's being chased by bulls. This is outright risky, I mean, this is a kind of obsession that Parvati and Anita were talking about, when it borders on the unhealthy. Parvati, what do you have to say? Okay, let me bring in Anita now. Anita has not been here for some time. This entire phenomenon of, you're so excited about the fact that you are ready to risk it all. Some of the pictures that we showed you, a shark was coming up right behind this guy, and he was on his honeymoon and he took a selfie. The shark bit off his leg and he died. These are the kind of selfies we are talking about. How would you explain that, Anita? What kind of a mental state would you really explain?
This is certainly not normal. Any normal person would not risk his or her life for this purpose. So obviously, I would like to just quote one thing, that our forefathers, our ancestors had so much risk, but yet they were very happy. They were very joyous. Why? Because they used to experience the moment. They used to experience the social connect. They were bonded families, and they had intimate connections with their families, with their peers, and in their society, in their own setup. Now the world is getting bigger with social media connect, with internet, and with all other form of exposures to medias and other form of exposures. We all are exposed to a very big world, and most of this world is virtual world as well. And we are not connecting to ourselves. We are not connecting to our friends and families.
The sharks were real. Anita, the sharks were real. The deaths were real. Some of it was actually real. The virtual pictures, but the events that happened were real. I mean, I guess some people just seem to have a problem in, living in both worlds, right?
Yeah, true. So you need to have a connection, that what is right for you and what is right for the moment. Pictures are okay.
Absolutely.
For pleasure, for fun, it is okay. But going beyond a point, it is certainly not normal.
Right.
And risking your life for a picture, for getting appreciations and accolades in this form, this is certainly psychopathic.
Right. Let us bring you some more video responses that we got from our viewers. Some more young girls had this to say about clicking selfies.
I like selfies. Well, it's a good time pass, and they make you feel good about yourself. It highlights your features. I think it does make people more vain, and then I think it interferes with, like, when you go somewhere to a social event, then everyone's like, oh, let's take a selfie, let's take a photo, let's do this, instead of actually enjoying where you're actually at.
Okay, Rishi, let me bring you in now. Rishi, are you aware that there is actually a course that tells you how to click good selfies? That course is offered in New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, can you wrap that up for us? So obviously, selfies are here to stay. Selfie has been recognized as a word by Oxford. It was Twitter's word of the year in 2014. Selfies are not going anywhere, right?
So basically, this selfie was first click in 1839,
Oh,
to be very
okay.
precise.
Wow.
1839,
1839. Wow.
yes, 1839. It was first clicked by a traveler. So after like a century, the selfie the selfie word woke up, and right now the major objective of selfie, we're talking about selfies, and you're showing videos and all. So basically, in my perception, selfies has an objective. What Shan has just told us about making jealous or something like that, there has to be one. If like what I said, like a social flaunt. So
Yeah.
I'm basically flaunting my lifestyle. I'm flaunting my a fortunate lifestyle that I'm living right now in New
But that's
York, but
half
I'm in
truth. That's a
California.
half truth,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's half true.
Yeah.
Secondly, all those videos that you showed, there's a really high condolence to them, because there are thousands of selfies which has been clicked, and these were the most unfortunate selfies, as you can say so. Uh, there has to be some objective. That all these unfortunate selfies has an objective of, I can say so. They're showcasing this
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
basically they're showcasing their fearlessness, if I'm not wrong. Like selfie in front of bull, selfie like exactly.
It's
There has
stupid.
to be some
I found those pictures plain stupid. I mean, a
exactly.
shark is coming up behind you. You're on your honeymoon. Come on, it's a responsibility you've taken. You've done an I do a few days back. Look after each other in
Exactly.
sickness and in health, and then you click a selfie of a shark coming up behind you and you die. I mean, what kind of a responsibility is that, for God's sake? In fact, I would like to know how Kushan reacts to this, Rishi. You know, the new
Yeah.
phenomenon of belfies, where you're clicking your bum. We're going to bring you some belfies, on the screen for you. Some of you might find them
Maybe
outright. I want to know what Kushan has to say about clicking belfies. I mean, what are these pictures trying to do here? I mean, you even apparently have belfie sticks and all that. I mean, can someone please explain what this is? Please explain
No,
what these pictures are.
when you said Belfi, I thought there's a new selfie digital campaign that's come up called Belfi.
No, it's showing your bum. Sorry, sorry, Kushan, it's showing your bum.
Well, then I think that is more female friendly, I guess. I mean, this says that
No, even men. Trust me, when I was preparing for the show, I saw some images of men
Oh,
flaunting
creepy.
their posterior.
Creepy.
That's. I think if like whatever I gather from the conversation is that if I sum it up, there is always a good side and a bad side to everything. We have discussed the good side and the bad side. Yes, this is absolutely being on the extreme when the bulls are chasing you and you are busy taking a selfie. Well, you would want to tell that guy, dude, this is not the right time, and the same goes for even, the guy being chased by a shark. I mean, like, who does that? I mean, so that's kind of being on an extreme. It's doing some kind of stuff. But yes, I mean, yes, the immediate connect when somebody says selfie is yes, sharing your moment, flaunting in a very fun, healthy way.
Right.
Trying to share an important event of your life. I mean, that is, yes. It is, I mean, it's just that when this selfie is just from a technological, angle. Now, since we can, there's always a second camera in your phone, which you
Right.
could probably turn towards you and then take it. Rest of the time, we have always, somebody else must have been taking pictures for us. But this is the time that we have it in our hands. We can just turn it around and, put ourselves in the frame. It's as simple as that. Like, but yes, I mean, having said that, let's not go to an extreme.
Yeah, some of it in fact bordered on, a certain kind of pornography. It's almost like, I mean, I shouldn't be saying this, but being an Indian woman and all that, liberated Indian woman, but some of it, aren't you attracting kinds of comments which need not be very healthy, from people who are actually putting them out on social media, these kind of pictures. You might have men whose minds are going haywire looking at those kind of pictures. So I think that's a risk that these people are taking when they click their butts, right?
Yes, and in fact, I mean, there are, I mean, like, I fortunately or unfortunately, in my group, there are a couple of friends who do that. I mean, like, in a sense, not, I mean, necessarily well.
What next?
I mean, I mean, like, slightly, I would say that, in a very decent fashion, if I could say it, like, in the sense, they are a little provocative. I mean, in
Right,
the sense
provocative,
that,
yes, absolutely,
so
absolutely.
they could be,
So
yeah,
you also agree, Kushan, that a
they
line
could
needs
be
to be drawn?
inviting some negative, sleazy comments.
Absolutely, you are attracting it. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but you are. Probably you are. Okay, so let me, take final comments from all of you. Kushan, of course, I'm sure you agree, and so does Rishi. Selfies, belfies, they are here to stay. It's not just probably about social flaunting, but it's also about, making the other people feel jealous. There is an element of nastiness to it, and there is also the half-truth of saying, look what a beautiful life I have. That, in fact, there is a lot of, negative repercussions when you go on Facebook. We have discussed that on our shows earlier. Parvati, I just want to ask you, do you have a lot of patients coming to you who have an obsessive compulsive disorder regarding selfies? Has that begun to happen in India?
Not regarding selfies, but there are a lot of players who complain that the children are now more those or they are more interested choices and they don't use other people, they don't speak for other people. And
Okay.
I was very
Okay, your audio is no, there's a break in your audio, Parvati. Okay, we'll just try and fix that. I'll just come back to you for your answer. Anita, very quickly, your final comments. Selfies are definitely here to stay. We have kind of established that. Nothing that you and I say will make people stop, probably. But what are your final comments on this entire phenomenon?
Be realistic. Live your life naturally and experience the moment, and just do
Yes.
not just get over obsessed with selfies.
Right.
Real life is much more beautiful.
Absolutely, and be confident
That's
about
my
yourself
final comment.
and the way you look. Don't keep looking for fishing for compliments,
Yeah.
right? All right, all right. We
Yes,
have another
exactly.
video response. We have another video response coming in before I take final comments from the rest of my guests very quickly.
Yes, people are overdoing it right now, but I like when people do selfies, like sometimes, but not like even when they are in the washrooms or making something or cooking something or making babies.
I take selfies because of fun and amusement. When I go out with my friends and we need to click group photograph, we have to ask strangers to click our picture. So, in this case, selfie is the best way.
Okay, so somebody does not want others to take selfies when they are making babies. That is the most important statement of the day that has come out on this program, I think. Okay, finally, Parvati, you were saying something. I hope I can hear you better now. Your final comments regarding the whole concept of selfies.
Patients are not coming in for people to bring in, but they are very concerned about the children who are so confused about their and they are very unfilling parents because they are saying and pictures and about taking pictures. This is a very happy and they are more and the thing the phones. The most important thing for narcissism is not this ego and narcissism. And
Right.
what will not happen. Now with only one person will doesn't have narcissistic personality disorder. But
Right.
if
All right.
something narcissistic.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Parvati. I would like to thank Anita Mishra, of course, Rishi Ranjan and Kushan Shekhar, all four of you for joining us. I think we had a wonderful, wonderful conversation on selfies and belfies and selfie sticks and people getting eaten by sharks seconds after they click their own selfies. All right. So thank you so much. It was great. It was a great conversation. All those of you who listened in, thank you. Please post your comments. Please send us your tweets, your video responses, as the other kids sent us. Tell us what you think about selfies, good, bad, ugly, nasty, whatever. And I will leave you with some songs dedicated to selfies itself. Yes, there have been songs written and performed on selfies. That is how big this entire phenomenon is. Enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
ਮੋਟਰ ਤੋਂ ਸੈਲਫੀ ਖਿੱਚ ਕੇ ਭੇਜਾਂ ਮੁਟਿਆਰ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ ਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਲ ਸੁਣਾਵਾਂ ਮੋਟਰ ਤੋਂ ਸੈਲਫੀ ਖਿੱਚ ਕੇ ਭੇਜਾ ਮੁਟਿਆਰ ਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰ ਤੋਂ ਸੈਲਫੀ ਖਿੱਚ ਕੇ
After we get out of the bathroom, can we go smoke a cigarette? I really need one. But first, let me take a selfie.
ਕਦੀ ਸ਼ਾਊਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਦੀ ਪਾਊਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਦੇ ਖਿੱਚਦੀ ਏ ਤੂੰ ਵਰਕਆਊਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਮਾਈਲੀ ਸਾਰਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੀ ਏ ਜਲਸੀ ਮਾਈਲੀ ਸਾਰਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੀ ਏ ਜਲਸੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਕਰਦੀ ਏ ਤੇਰੀ ਸੈਲਫੀ